Hello there everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to some more GGHF news. I don't know if that's going to be the segment. It's more THP's commentary, where I just talk about whatever I want. After the whole demonetization thing with Senran Kagura, I feel a little bit more emboldened to make other videos that are able to be monetized, because yeah, when the only thing you make gets nothing but yellow dollar signs, you are kind of forced to kind of do something, you know, that can kind of make up for it. And on top of that, I've been wanting to do commentaries for, you know, for a while now. It's been a while since I left it. There really wasn't anything super duper interesting going on recently that caught my attention. But now, this past week has been full of stuff. And so I do want to cover some of it. And so one of those things is Windjammers 2. It's been a while since we last heard anything about it. The last time that we heard about the game was when it got revealed. First of all, it was when Windjammers 1, the original, got ported over to Switch, and, you know, it's out now, and it's just as good as the PS4 port and the Vita port and all the others. It's Windjammers, and Windjammers has always been great. And now with the second one, they came out with a couple of screenshots. Now I remember a lot of my comments involved me just kind of dissing on it, you know, saying that, oh, you know, it kind of looks like a Flash game, and when you look at screenshots, it really still does, honestly. Obviously, they, you know, they took more time to develop it, and, you know, we have the news article right here, actually. We can blow up the screen to bigger size here. Also want to make sure that my head is actually in the shot here, because here you can see it like this, but then when I change to this, you know, like now I gotta move over here, now I gotta move over here. So yeah, we can go ahead and maybe cut the music, because we're about to look at the gameplay reveal trailer. I haven't seen this yet. I really do. I started up the video because, you know, like ads and, like, you know, little recommendation stuff shows up at the bottom, so I got rid of all of that. But I stopped it right at the beginning so that I can get a good look at it. Emu has released the gameplay reveal trailer for Windjammers 2. Yay! The trailer was used as alpha footage, not representative of the final game, and to me that's a good thing, because you know, I'm not the biggest fan of, you know, how the game looks like. I always would have preferred for it to look like in that more sprite-based pixel art kind of way. Usually the best example for me to give whenever I think about an old game brought over to the new gen is kind of what they're doing with Mario Maker. You know, with Mario Maker and Mario Maker 2, they're doing the whole thing where, like, it's still the same pixels, but they're doing, like, more shading, and there's a little bit more dimension to it. It just looks a little cooler, and so small little subtle changes like that. You know, Octopath Traveler is another really good one. And I thought, you know, it'd be good for them to do something like that in Windjammers 2, but they went for a more hand-drawn kind of way, and it just kind of looks like an Eagle Raptor cartoon, and I don't know, that's not really what I'm looking for Windjammers. Yeah, so alpha footage, so that's good. That means that we're going to be seeing some more changes. Shows Wessel and Mita. Ah, yes, the iconic characters Wessel and Mita. Throws disc to newcomers Grace and Max. I'm not going to remember these fucking names. I already know. Like, who cares? I'm going to be like, oh, the one with that flag, that green-colored dude, you know? That's usually how it goes, at least for me. I'm not here playing Windjammers for the iconic characters, right? Like, Grace! Oh my god, Grace is in the game! Wow! They're performing a whole bunch of epic moves like jumping, smash, and the slap shot. Yeah, for me, Windjammers is like a state of mind. I don't necessarily, you know, name drop all of these things. I just kind of play it and go, you know? So for them to be like, you know, the iconic jump and smash move, I'm like, what? With the characters Wessel and Mita and the newcomers, I'm like, what? Wessel and Mita, like the names, like these are characters that existed before? To me, I just knew them by their country, you know? Windjammers 2 is due out for Switch and PC in 2019. No specific date. Just within the year for those two platforms, which I think is perfect. Switch and PC, I think, is good. I'm assuming that if it does well, it'll probably move on to PS4. I'm pretty sure that the screen is big enough. We can put it on full screen. Fuck it. All right, Emu. Let's see. Hopefully this is not too loud. I know it's too loud. Oh, but wait. Let me turn it back. Okay, 60 FPS gameplay. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's that spinny move. Okay. Oh, wow, okay, this looks way better in movements. Alright. It looks a little cel-shaded there when you jump. Yeah, okay, yeah, the animation part I can kind of live without. But, alright, the same abilities as always. Oh, that's it? That was nothing. That was barely anything. But it looked really cool. Hold on. Then I need to play that shit again, because, yeah, 36 seconds. That was barely anything. Yeah, alpha gameplay footage. Barely anything to satiate my appetite. Yeah, okay, so already with the 60 FPS, it's already looking pretty good. So yeah, I did kind of crap on the game's art style, at least with the characters. The characters themselves, leave a lot to be desired, in my opinion. But, you know, the actual court and the color and stuff, it looks pretty good. When you see it in screenshots, it really looks kind of crap. But, when you actually see that in movement, like actually, you know, tossing it around, I was, you know, worried that the game might be really slow. But, I think the game is actually faster than I remember from Windjammers 1. Yeah, this looks really nice. Yeah, the animation of the fat guy moving around, yeah, like, it is definitely better seen in movement rather than in screenshots. The blonde guy kind of reminds me of, who's this guy from My Hero Academia? Not Mighty Mask, that's Dragon Ball. All Might. Yeah, this dude. Yeah. It looks good. Yeah, I like that the special move is almost like when you're playing a fighting game. Although, I feel like that might actually break the flow of the game, because, what I like about Windjammers is that when you pop that special move, you already know that, you know, you're gonna do it, and it almost comes as a surprise, right? When it comes at you and it's like, oh shit, it is you know, the curve-in attack or whatever. But, here, if they're gonna telegraph it already with a big animation before you pull it off, like, that kind of ruins it to me, because, now the enemy knows that you're gonna do it, and so now they have time to praise themselves, right? It, like, pauses for a second, but to me, that makes all the difference between having a, you know, a match that really flows very well, you know, just boom, 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 instead of just throw, stop, and then it goes. So, like, yeah, even now with this gameplay reveal, I still have some problems with it. I feel like it's all of these aesthetic, you know, flashy changes that, at least in my opinion, could potentially hurt the game more than it does actually help it. But again, this is just alpha footage, so it's not even beta footage, you know, like we are nowhere near. Oh, this is a different setup. Yeah, I'm about to stream 13 Sentinels, the prologue version for the game, so I got that ready. But let's get over here. There we go, gameplay reveal trailer. I mean, it looks good. I definitely was very doubtful when I was looking at the screenshots, and we barely had any information on it, so I didn't really know what to say because of it. All I could say was just my love for the original Windjammers and me really wanting the game to be done justice. But it seemed like they really are going to do a good job. To me, the thing that really mattered most was the speed, and to really capture that kind of franticness of the original Windjammers, and it seems like they really are going to. The art style, you know, I feel like it had a cool looking, distinct style in the original, and here they kind of cranked it up to 11 in a bad way. You know, it's like super, like, you know, stereotypical 1980s thing. Well, I don't know, it's not really 1980s, or at least pretending to be 1980s. You know how you go to school, and in school it's like, we're gonna have a 1980s day, right? Everybody dress up like you're in the 80s. And everybody's got, like, this fucking rainbow-colored clothes, right? Like, pink clothes and blue this and green that and purple this. I'm like, dude, come on. It really wasn't like that, right? You know? Everybody's dressed up like they're a fucking piece of candy or something. And so, here, they're doing almost the same thing. I don't know if they're necessarily trying to, like, you know, recreate the 80s or something like that. That's just kind of their aesthetic. 80s, 90s, you know. It looks old. Even though right there on the stage it says 2003 World Championships, first 2003, and I know that the you know, Windjammers didn't necessarily come out in the 80s, right? But still, I feel like it's trying to capture that kind of feel, you know. I just really don't know how to feel about it. It's a little bit too exaggerated. I thought that in the original it was a little bit more subtle, but it was still distinct. As opposed to here where, like, you know, everybody's got, like, you know, these highly contrasting colors, you know? Like, the dude on the right here, he's got, like, red and yellow and blue and pink and green, you know? You know, so many colors, you know, two different shades of blue right there. So, man, yeah, the aesthetic, I can kind of live without. If they could just kind of have the same characters from before, but just kind of like, you know, I don't know. I'm not the one working on this game, but gameplay-wise, you know, the thing that really does, you know, the thing that matters in this particular case, you know, the disc throwing and the special attacks, they do seem to be exactly the same as in the original. I remember they had the spinny one, and then the one that kind of, you know, goes in really, you know, abrupt, you know, the one that takes really sharp turns. I like that one too. I was kind of expecting to see new stuff, you know? And again, you know, in this, like, news article, they say, you know, Grace and Max, you know, and Wessel, you know, they're, like, name-dropping all of these characters. But, you know, they don't show that in the actual game. You know, in the game, they don't show, like, okay, here's this guy and here's that guy, you know? If they took a small second to be like, here's this character, and, you know, everything was going so fast, I was kind of, like, wondering, okay, which one out of all of these are actually the new characters? Because I can't really tell, you know? Everything got changed so drastically that, you know, it doesn't matter what the name is, you know? They don't stop to really explain the controls or, you know, what the slap shot is or what the smash is, you know? Or at least that terminology doesn't really apply to me, because when I played Windjammers, I just naturally did it. Or, you know, the throw and the special move, and, you know, like when it goes up and when you jump to get it, you know, just things that you kind of just describe by seeing them do it, as opposed to giving them special names like a slap shot, you know, Grace doing the slap shot thing. I'm like, you know? and when you have a 30-second trailer, when it's all just everything happening, like boom, 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 shoom, 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 like, it's just, okay, who gives a fuck about naming all these things now, right? It just kind of happens. Yeah, the thing that I'm really happy about right here is that the game is going to come out on PC, which is something that I kind of forgot about. I knew that it was going to come out on Switch, and I assumed that it'd come out on PS4, because usually these kinds of games, they have a PS4 release, and Windjammers 1 came out on PS4, so yeah, obviously no Vita version, you know, that's kind of to be expected now. But for PC, I can only imagine there being mods and stuff like that, and if somebody can mod in the older graphics for Windjammers 1 into Windjammers 2, I think that'd be awesome. But yeah, I really don't have a whole lot else to say, because we weren't really given a whole lot, you know? Just, you know, all I can say is sort of express my concerns and just my overall opinions on essentially the surface level of the game. I still feel like we have a whole lot of time to wait, you know? We still have a long way to go before we actually get anything of substance, so that I can say anything of substance regarding the game, right? So all I can do is just kind of look at the aesthetic and be like, okay, you know, it looks kind of whatever. I see what they were trying to do, you know? They're kind of exaggerating the original look even further, which to me, I feel like they're just kind of rubbing it in a little bit too much. I feel like if they fucking toned it down a bit, it might actually, you know, look better, you know, if they actually had any sense of subtlety, instead of, you know, going full-on Dragon Ball Z with the animation, going like, you know, with the blast and throwing the thing is so exaggerated. Which I guess, you know, that's part of the fun for a lot of people. For me, I just feel like they're just being a little bit too extra. But, you know, as long as the gameplay is as tight as I remember it with Windjammers 1, then I feel like there's nothing for me to worry about. I just have to, like, occasionally go, ugh, you know, whenever I look at the game a little bit. But I feel like that'll pass. I feel like I'll get over that quickly. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about Windjammers 2. Do you guys, you know, still play Windjammers 1 till this day? I have my Vita, and I play Windjammers 1 on my Vita a lot. I have it on my PS4 as well, but I don't find myself playing it on PS4 anywhere as much as I do on a portable device. I know it's on Switch as well, but for me, the Vita is small enough for me to just shove it in my pocket, break it out, play a couple matches, and then just leave. On the Infinite Arcade mode, because I really can't find anybody playing online, much less on Vita. So, yeah, like, you can just leave it on the online, and you can be there forever. I remember, like, at launch, there was barely anybody to play with. I would always find myself playing against the same 2 or 3 people, and then after, like, a month, no one ever played anymore. So, yeah, it was less about the netcode and less about the online being good, and more about just the people being interested enough to, you know, want to play. So hopefully with Windjammers 2, it can bring a lot of people to, you know, to come in and play. I know that there's, like, joke tournaments at EVO and other tournaments where they have Windjammers tournaments, and those are usually pretty hype. Whenever I see 2 people competing in Windjammers, it's always fun, so... yeah, let me know if you guys, care about Windjammers 1, if you still play it, what changes you would like to see in the newer game, what you like, what you don't like. For me, it's almost purely on the aesthetic. That's, like, literally my only problem with it. I think it looks kind of like this could look like anything, but the gameplay is the thing that really, really sets it apart, right? Even for games that really try to emulate Windjammers. Before Windjammers, the original, came out on modern consoles, you had, like, Disc Jam and a whole bunch of other games that were trying to kind of, retake that throne, right? To take the mantle of that game before it came back, and none of those really compare. There's even, like, virtual reality versions of that, that are trying to, like, throw a frisbee out there in virtual reality, and those are fun, but honestly, none of them are as fast or as tight or as, polished and well-made as Windjammers. It's very simple, but, what it makes up in some simplicity, it has in gameplay. So, yeah, I still play it, I still like it, and I'm very much looking forward to this game. So, let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, give me a like, and of course, you can subscribe, hit that bell icon, comment whatever you want. Social media links are down in the description below. This has been me, THP, signing off, and I'll see you guys next time for some more stuff. That is not the end screen. I got it wrong. This is it. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted.